Hi, I'm Dimity Sky. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for this full body flow. For this flow, you won't need any props. However, I recommend having a bolster, 2 blocks and a blanket handy if you have those accessible to you. This flow is a part of the 10-day series. However, you can do it as a standalone flow or, of course, as part of the series. Jump in your comfy clothes, get ready, and I look forward to practicing with you soon. On our backs. Come on all the way down and hug your knees in. Give yourself a little bit of self-love to start off with. Always a nice way to start the practice. And extend your arms out to either side. Let your knees gently fall to the right, and you can gaze left if you feel ready to take it deeper. Inhale back to center and exhale for the other side. Knees fall to the left, you can gaze right. Now inhale back to center and bring your hands by your side. Feel your lower back pressing down into the mat. Legs in a tabletop position, and extend your right leg nice and long. Point through the right toes. Inhale back, exhale left. Starting off our practice today by firing up the core, we go right and left. Feeling those legs extend the whole way. Core strength is so important because our core, our abdominals, support our spine. So the stronger our core is, the more protected our spine is. We've got 10 more here for 10 and 9 for 8 and 7 for 6, 5, 4, for 3, 2 more for 2. Last one and 1, really nice. Hug those knees in yet again and giving yourself a little bit of self-love, rolling gently from side to side. And then slowly release, come over onto your hands and knees. And bring your hands directly underneath the shoulders, the knees directly underneath the hips. We're taking cat-cow. If you like, you can place the hands to face in towards the knees. It's a nice way to stretch out through the wrists and forearms, as long as it's not too much for the wrists. Inhale as you gaze up. Exhale, tuck your toes as you round your spine. Again, untuck, inhale, gaze up. Exhale as you round. Again, you can take these faster or slower if you like. You're just matching movement with your breath. Couple more, untuck, inhale. Exhale. One more here, inhale. And exhale. Now come back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands back to face forward if they're facing backwards. And take your right knee and start to circle the hip around. Nice big circles. Careful not to tip too far over to the left. So you want to actively press over to the right to make sure your hips stay square. Now bring that knee into the elbow and all the way over to the left. So you come up on your right toes and lean back a little to really open up through your hips. Again, inhale. Exhale all the way over to the left, reach. One more like that, inhale. And exhale, reach all the way over. Now take that right leg and bring it all the way over to the right. Walk the hands forward just a little, tuck your back toes, and start to shift the hips backwards and forths. Make sure you use a blanket underneath your knee if you have any sort of knee sensitivity here. Just going for 5, that's 2, inhale back. Exhale 3. Inhale back. Exhale 4. Last one, inhale back. And exhale 5. Now walk the hands back, and you take your right hand above or below the right knee joint and reach your left arm over to the right, stretching out through your whole right side. And slowly release. You place both hands down and bring that right knee back on in, and we'll take it to the other side. Nice big circles, hip circles on your left. And you want to intentionally make sure you're tipping over to the left to make sure you're squaring your hips. Now bring that knee into the elbow, left knee, left elbow, and then all the way over to the right, coming up on your left toes. And again, inhale into the elbow, exhale all the way over. Again, inhale, bring it in, and all the way over. Then bring that knee in and then back over to the left. I'm just going to move my bolster to the side and blanket. Walk your hands forward a little, tuck your back toes and start to shift the hips backwards and forwards. Getting some movement through the hips. Keep your core engaged. Moving at your body's rate of release. One more here, one more back, and one more forward. And then walk the hands up, left hand above or below the left knee joint, and then reach your right arm over to the left, stretching out through your right side. And slowly release, pivot back on around. Bring your knees back in and then walk the hands forward just a little, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And just pedal the feet out and move your hips from side to side, bend your knees. Find any movements that feel good. The first down dog of the practice always feels so nice. Get that blood flowing, movement through the joints. Then find a still downward facing dog. Your feet are about hip width apart. Your gaze is somewhere in between the legs. You want to actively spin your triceps back down behind you to make sure you're broadening through the shoulders. Now we're going to go down dog to child's pose 3 times. So lower the knees, untuck your toes, child's pose, inhale. Exhale as you press on back up, downward facing dog, descend the heels down. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. From here, start to walk the feet, or you can do a little hop to the front of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, sweep your hands up, reach up. And exhale, hands down and by your side. And then just start to, I'm going to face you so you can see me. You want your feet about hip width apart. Start to swing the arms across the body. Getting the blood flowing, the circulation flowing, and the lymphatic fluid flowing. Then arms go overhead, forwards and backwards. This is an exercise I love to do every morning. Really nice way to get things moving. All right, and then start to do the spine, so a little rotation of the spine. You can straighten the arms. Just here for 3, 2, and 1. And now step out nice and wide to the wide part of your mat. And you want your heels in and toes out. Bring the hands forward and interlace them, interlacing the fingers, and then turn the interlaced fingers upwards and bring the hands up overhead. Slowly begin to lower on down. Make sure you're not rolling your knees in, so you're actively pressing your knees out. Reaching up, open up through the chest. And then exhale, press on up. That twice more, inhale down. Exhale, press on up. One more, inhale down. Some sneaky little lower body work. Exhale, press on up. And then release the hands. Come back down. Bring the hands to the insides of the thighs. Inhale as you open the chest. And exhale, drop that right shoulder in. Press against right inner thigh. Inhale back to center. Exhale for the other side. One more like that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale to stand, and then just start to shift the hips backwards and forths. And as your body starts to release, maybe you can bring the hands down, come all the way down, just start to move from side to side. Get rid of all those cracks and kinks that tend to build up overnight and through the day. Breathing deeply. Just do one more to the back. And then one more to the front. And then find your way into a forward fold, feet facing forward, even slightly pigeon-toed. Bring the hands either in line with the feet if you can, or just a little ways, about a handspan in front. Inhale to a halfway lift, and exhale as you fold. Relax your head, relax your neck. Just allow yourself to relax here for a couple of breaths. Then very slowly release. You bend the knees and come all the way up. Roll shoulders back and down and take a step to the front of the mat. Finding your equal standing position, samastitihi. So you want your big toes together, heels slightly apart. If that doesn't work anatomically, feet can be hip width apart as well. Inhale as you sweep hands up for Surya Namaskar A. Exhale as you fold it forward, relax your head and neck. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hop or step it back into your plank position. We'll take this one nice and easy, a modified version. Lower the knees, untuck your toes, lower the chest. Inhale up to cobra, thighs and pelvis still on the mat, your elbows are bent. Exhale as you lower, tuck toes, plant hands, press up and back, downward facing dog. Reorganize the feet so they're about hip width apart, broadening across the shoulders. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. At the end of that exhale, on your next inhale, hop or step to the front of the mat. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you rise, sweep the hands up. And exhale, hands down. And by your side, again like that. Inhale, sweep hands up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, shoulders back and down. Exhale, hop or step it back, your choice. Take that modified version again, otherwise lower chaturanga, hovering just a little off the mat. And inhale to upward facing dog. Stand strong on those hands, really pressing into the hands to open up through the chest. And exhale as you roll on back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So whenever we do vinyasas, those are two great options. Or you can also skip the vinyasa completely and just press on back into downward facing dog. At the end of your exhale, on the next inhale, hop or step to the front. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you rise, sweep the hands up. And exhale, hands down and by your side. Now we're going to do a couple of standing balancing poses. So just do your best. If you need to come near a wall, then you can. I'm going to turn to face you just so that you can see me. Starting by standing on the left foot, you're going to bring that right leg behind you and clasp a hold around the foot, bringing your knees next to each other. Roll your shoulder blades back and down, stretching out your thighs, holds. Keep your gaze steady. Find your focal point. One more breath here. Then slowly release the foot and take it to the other side. Grabbing hold around the foot, around your left foot, bringing the knees next to each other, keeping your gaze steady. Finding your focal point. One more breath. And slowly release. And then you're going to lift your right leg up, flex your right toes and sit it across the left leg. Hands in prayer, inhale. Exhale as you sit it on down. And if you like, you can bring your hands down, maybe place them on blocks if you need to balance your hands. Otherwise, you can keep them in prayer. Keep your gaze steady, keeping your right toes flexed in. So not only are we balancing in these poses, but we're also stretching the thighs, stretching the glutes, hold and breathe. Strengthening the calves and hamstrings. Slowly release. Come on up, bring the knee up, release the hands, other side. Raise left leg up, sit it over, flex your foot, hands in prayer, inhale. And exhale, sit it on down. That's it, and keep your gaze steady. Hold and breathe. For 3. Stay for 2. And 1. Slowly release. Bring the knee up and release. Really nice. Surya Namaskar A again. One more round. Inhale as you sweep hands up. Exhale as you fold it forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hop or step it back. And lower or just press back, downward facing dog. Lower the knees if you need, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, we all meet in downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, you're going to step the right foot forward and your back foot is flat. Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Take a moment here in your Warrior 2. I'm going to turn this way to face you. So the front heel and back arch is in a line. Reaching forward and back same time. Hold. Now take that back hand, bring it around the back or to the inner right thigh. Flip front palm, inhale, reverse. Keep that front knee down. Hold here for 3. Stay for 2. And 1. Inhale back to center. Now straighten that front leg. Heel toe that back foot in just a little. We'll take Trikonasana. So you'll tilt the hip back, reach the right arm forward, grab a hold either around the shin, the ankle, or place the hand to the floor and then reach on up. Reaching down and up same time. You can also use a block underneath that bottom hand if you need. Holding for 3. Stay for 2. And 1. Now gaze down for balance, bend into that front knee. Come all the way back up and then windmill your hands. Surround that front foot, step it back. And optional vinyasa or just press back, downward facing dog, your choice. Inhale as you rise and exhale as you press on back. Step left foot forward, back foot is flat. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 2, I'm sorry. Warrior 2. Front heel and back arch in a line, reaching forward and back same time. Hold here for a moment. Now take that back hand, bring it around the back or inner left thigh, flip front palm, inhale, reverse. Strong reach through that top hand. One more breath here. And then inhale back to center, straighten that front leg, heel toe that back foot in just a little. Tip the right hip back, reach your left arm forward, grab a hold around the shin, the ankle, or to the floor to a block, and then reach on up for your Trikonasana. Your gaze point is at that top thumb, hold for 3. Stay for 2. And 1, and then gaze down, bend into that front knee just to come all the way back up, and then windmill the hands, step it back, optional vinyasa, or press on back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And that is where we all meet, downward facing dog. Take a clearing breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then you can lower the knees or take a little hop through, and coming all the way down onto your buttocks. And come to lie down. Bring the heels in, so you should just be able to tap your heels with your hands. Feet are about hip width apart. Using your heels, you're going to press on up and roll on up one vertebrae at a time. And then lower on down. Keeping your core engaged, activating your bandhas here, Mula and Uddiyana bandhas, so everything tucking up and in. Inhale. And exhale. One more here, inhale. And as you press on up, you can interlace the hands underneath the buttocks and shimmy the hips shimmy the shoulders, so they come underneath the hips. Pressing down through your heels. Hold and breathe here for 3. Stay for 2. And 1. Then slowly release. You can release the hands and come all the way down. Now you're going to either do bridge pose one more time, or if it's in your practice, you're very welcome to press up into your wheel pose, so you'll rotate the hands. Don't push it though, just move at your body's rate of release, okay? So when you're ready, either press on up into your bridge or rotate the hands using your heels. Exhale and then inhale as you press on up. Wherever you're at, hold and breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then very slowly release. Easy does it. Nice and easy. And we'll take active rest here. So bring the knees to splay in, feet to either side of the mat. Hands by either side, and just allow yourself to relax. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then very slowly release, and you can take happy baby pose. So you grab a hold of the insides or the outsides of the feet, even around the ankles. Open up through the hips. One more deep breath in. and out. And then very slowly release and bring the knees back together. And do a little roll up. And extend the legs nice and long. You'll take Dandasana, staff pose. So hands are next to the trocanus. Press down into the mat with the backs of your feet, backs of your legs to just lift the feet, lift the heels. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Now keeping that long spine, on your next exhale, slowly release down into your forward fold Paschimottanasana. And take some deep breaths here. One more deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And slowly release. And from here, you'll take that right knee and cross it over the top of the left. Your right hand comes behind. Inhale, reach your left arm up, and exhale for a little twist. Gazing behind. We've done a lot of work with the spine and the hips today. Really energizing practice. Just feel and bask in that sense of lightness and spaciousness in your body and in your mind as we've released those things that don't serve you. Inhale back to center and extend. Take it to the other side. Left leg over, inhale. Right arm up. Exhale for a twist. Keeping your spine nice and straight. One more breath here. And inhale back to center. And extend both legs. And come on down onto your back. We're about to enter our Shavasana. So if you want to ready your props for that, you can. Or just take one more pose before we enter. And that's our Viparita Karani. So legs up the wall pose. So you can just extend the legs up. You can even use a blanket or a bolster underneath your hips if you want to take this variation and extend your arms out to either side. Now if you want to stay right here, you can. Otherwise, option to take a shoulder stand and then a plow pose. So you're going to lift your hips up nice and high. You grab a hold of the flesh either just below the rib cage or above the buttocks if you want more of a pike position. And hold here. We'll take a few deep breaths here, just long enough to let all of that fresh blood, fresh fluid flow down into the upper part of the body. And then when you're ready, very slowly release and start to bring the legs overhead. No moving the neck from left to right. Keep your neck stable and steady. I encourage you to shut down the eyes here if you like. Taking some deep breaths. Just take around 3 more cycles of breath here. And very slowly release. One vertebrae at a time, nice and easy. You can hug the knees in if you like. Make any other final adjustments you'd like to make. Take any other final poses. Or set yourself up for your Shavasana. So you can use blocks, bolsters, blankets, however you'd like. I always like that bolster behind the knees to elevate the hips slightly. Just allow yourself these moments to relax. Let the nervous system calm. all of your attention on your breath as you feel your breath rise on up from the belly into the ribs, into the chest. Now, my friends, I encourage you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, for as long as you need. Anywhere around 5 to 10 minutes is a nice time frame. And this is where I leave you. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And I look forward to practicing with you again soon.